Now my audience will introduce themselves.
I'm Sabrina Starks. Bernice Birdwell.
I'm Erin Sapir.
Kenzie Cohn.
Hi, my name is Colby Duvel, and my speech is called Color in Your Closet. Do you ever just stand and look in your closet saying, I have nothing to wear today? Well, I know and can show you a simple way to add color to your closet. This activity can be done inside on a rainy day, outside on a sunny day, in a large group, in a small group. Either way, it is going to be a good time. But most importantly, it's going to add some color to your closet. I've been tie-dyeing now for 6 years, and it never ceases to spice up my wardrobe, whether going for the dull colors of fall or the bright colors of spring. Today I'm going to show you how to tie-dye in three simple steps. The first step is the preparation step. The second step is actually tie-dye, and the third step is how to get the finished product. So, to begin off, let's start in the preparation step with what supplies you need to bring. So of course, you're going to need a simple plain white t-shirt. You're going to need a tie-dye kit, like so, which you can get at a simple Walmart, Target, Michael's, or a Hobby Lobby. Then you need some plastic gloves, rubber bands, and then paper towels are much needed. And then optional are a cooling rack and a fork. So, starting off with the white t-shirt, I like to wash my white t-shirt before I begin. This is just to remove any sizing or dye that could affect the soaking in of the dye. And I like to leave it a little damp for when I tie-dye, just so that it helps in absorbing color. Good fabrics to use when you tie-dye are all natural fabrics like cotton, linen, silk, or wool. Try to avoid anything that's not like polyester or spandex. There are many things you can tie-dye. Along with t-shirts, you can tie-dye socks, pillowcases, or like bags if you find them. So the great thing about a store-bought kit like this one is all you have to do is add water. The powder comes in the bottles and in the color coordinated, and then all you have to do is add water. Alrighty, now that we're all set up, I'll show you some simple steps in the actual tie-dyeing process. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on our gloves just to avoid any dye getting on our hands. So when we tie-dye, there's many designs you can do when you tie-dye. You can look them up online. There's the bullseye. You can make designs like a heart. You can do a spider design, a crumple, or an ombre. Today we're going to focus on the spiral. So like I said, the fork was optional. I'll show you both ways. If you don't want to use a fork, to spiral, all you need is a simple pinch wherever you want your spiral to be. So in the middle, you just lift the material up in the middle, and then you just twist like so. And you just wrap it on around. But if you want to use the fork, say your fingers, you don't like to use your fingers, same thing with the fork, just helps get a better grip. Place the fork where you want the spiral to be at, and then you just turn. Alrighty, once you've made your spiral, now use the rubber bands. You can use as many or as little rubber bands as you would like to use. Today I'm going to just be using 3 rubber bands. Place one across the middle, directly in the middle, and I'm going to make a cross with the other 2. Alright, now like I said, the cooling rack was optional. I use it just to leave a little less mess, or to not create as much dye bleeding as you would if you don't use one. Either way, it's not that big of a deal if you don't use one. So now I'll show you actually what I do when you apply the dye. Some people like to use a lot of dye so that there's no white. Some people like to use hardly any dye so that they have a lot of white on their shirt. Today I'm going to make mine so that I don't have much dye, so I do have a lot of white on my shirt. So if you're using more than 2 colors, I suggest leaving a little space in between your rubber bands so that your colors don't get all muddy. When tie-dyeing, just a couple simple fun facts. For colors not to mix would be orange and purple, purple and green, and then green and orange. Those colors can turn like a muddy brown and then not create a good result. If you're going to if you don't want a lot of white, make sure you get deep in the seams like I am here. Other than that, if you want some white, you can just leave them plain. Don't worry about not making it look pretty. It's tie-dye. It's going to turn out just fine the way you make it. So, here I'm adding dye to where I want. It's your own unique design. You can do it how you wish. Once you get as much as you want done on one side, then you just flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. As you can see with this cooling rack, there's drips underneath. If I didn't have the cooling rack, then these drips would be on my design itself. So here today I'm using yellow, green, orange, and blue that came in my kit. There's many colors that come in the kit, like pink, 2 shades of pink, a red, another purple, and then a lighter blue and an orange. I just chose to use these. You can use as many colors as you want or as few colors as you want. Alrighty, when you're done, I just like to use a plastic bag. You can use saran wrap. Just place the product in the bag. Wrap the bag. If you're worried about it leaking, double bag it. Leave it in a sink, leave it in a bathtub. It should be fine. And then let it sit 6 to 8 hours. The longer you leave it, the brighter the colors are going to be, so that's up to you. Now let me show you how to get the finished product in the third step. So I went ahead and I tie-dyed one in the previous days so that I could show you how. So here's the one I made last night, and now that I'm going to show you how to get the finished product. So leave the rubber bands attached, leave your gloves on just to avoid getting dye in your hands still. With cold water, you want to just wash your material. Wash and squeeze, take the rubber bands out while in the sink. And you want to wash until you don't see any more dye. So wash and squeeze, trying to get any loose dye out. The object is trying to get it without no dye left in it. I'm washing with cold water. Cold water is the best to use when first rinsing this. Sometimes it could take a while, sometimes it could be short, depends on how much dye you use. So, I'm going to show you the shirt I made last night. And here's my finished product. I used the spiral design in this shirt as well. And now that I have this done, I would recommend washing it in the machine on cold water just by itself for the first time. After that, you should be fine. And there you go. By following these 3 simple steps of preparation, actually how to tie-dye and how to get the finished product, you too can add color to your closet. Now you try it. Follow these 3 simple and fun steps and go add some color to your closet. I have to reduce mine.
I'm Sabrina Starks. Brandon Fredwell.
Marion Sapir.
Kenzie Cole.